What's good, everybody? It's your boy Everton. Today we're talking about Mint Mobile and three things I think everyone that's thinking about signing with Mint Mobile definitely should know about. I've been with the company since 2020 and using their service. And to be honest with you, if I made this video like at the beginning of 2020 with all the information I know today, this list would be a lot longer. But there are definitely some things that they're working on, they have improved on. But three things that I think everyone should essentially know about before they actually sign up for the service, especially since they're doing a lot of promotion right now. It is November. It's kind of like holiday season. So I'm going to talk about that. But just a heads up, my affiliate link is in the description and also my referral link. If you do want to click on that referral link or the affiliate link, it'll definitely help out the channel. But not only that, you can save some money as well towards your renewal. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, I'm not going to go into the things that people should know about the service before you actually pay for it because they're kind of upfront. So on their website, like Mint Mobile is kind of one of the most niche carriers that's out there because they require you to buy plans in bulk. And not only that, once you re-up, you basically have to rebuy in bulk as well. But the longer that you actually pay for the service, the more affordable the monthly rate breaks down to become. So everybody kind of already knows that, or at least you should before you actually purchase it. But I wanted to talk about, well, the number one thing that I definitely don't like is that their unlimited plan actually seems to be the most limited plan that they actually have. Now, the unlimited plan does offer about 40 gigabytes worth of data, but it does slow down after you reach that allotment of 40 gigabytes. You'll still be able to continue to use the data, but it is definitely significantly slower. So you'll definitely be able to tell once you've hit that allotment. And not only that, not all of the data that you actually pay for, so the 40 gigabytes of data, is actually yours to do with what you please. You can only actually hotspot about 20 gigabytes of that data, which is super annoying because I paid for the data. I should be able to essentially use it how I want to. Now, here's the thing. With all the rest of the plans that are lower than the unlimited plan, you do have the ability to use the entire allotment of data for exactly what you want to. If you bought 5 gigabytes of data and you want to use that 5 gigabytes of data for hotspotting to another device, sharing with a friend or a family member, or just to another device itself to hotspot on like a tablet or something like that, you have the full ability to do that with any of the plans that have less data than the unlimited plan. But with the unlimited plan, you are definitely capped off at 20 gigabytes of data. And not only that, they actually state it in very fine print at the bottom, which is unlike things that Mint Mobile really does. Mint Mobile I've seen be kind of upfront about the things that they have to communicate. There's no really trick language or anything like that, but they put it down at the fine print at the bottom of the page when you're selecting the plan. And not only that, it's not truly unlimited where you have the speeds all the way through until the end of the cycle. It is basically 40 gigabytes of data, and after that you are slowed down significantly. You can still usually surf web pages, and sometimes for me I can play videos, but it's at very low resolution, even less than standard quality. And not only that, there's typically like a lot of buffering going on. So you won't be totally X'd out if you run out of the data. You'll still be able to use it for your most basic needs, but don't expect any performance like you typically get throughout the month. It seems to be their billing strategy or a part of their income strategy because, well, they offer you the ability to top up on data, which a lot of other companies do as well, but it wouldn't be as drastic or as off-putting as, well, when Mint Mobile unleashed your unlimited plan. They actually came out with a campaign simultaneously. Basically, they'll let you know, like, hey, you're not using unlimited. And I think a lot of people want a lot of data for a peace of mind so that they never have to run out. But they'll proactively go out of their way to tell you that, hey, you're not using as much. You technically could save money. And although that may be true, paying for peace of mind is something that I like to do. And not only that, they have the opportunity to, or a greater opportunity to upsell you with additional data to top off at the end of the month. So unlimited data seems to be one of their most limited plans that they actually offer. The next thing is that they offer something. It's a service called Mint Tech Advisors. Now, essentially, I'll put up what the service actually offers. Basically, just to wrap it up, it's tech support. It's essentially tech support. There's one additional perk that comes with it that has nothing to do with tech support. They give you an additional $15 worth of credit for, a referral if you do want to use someone's referral. But that has nothing to do with tech support. It's just kind of a nice little bonus. but they charge you $15 a year to essentially get tech support. The issue I have with this is that, well, this is available for free with almost every other carrier. I don't expect it to be amazing. This is a prepaid carrier. It's very limited in the things that they can control itself, since they're using someone else's network. But at the end of the day, to charge $15, which breaks down to about $1.25 per month, what quality of a product do I really expect to get for that per month? Number one. Number two, most people have this already as a free service called tech support. I don't want to pay you money to help me use the service that I paid you to use. That should be built in. So that is something that they do offer. It's for $15 a month. Maybe seem like something that you might want to invest in if you are that not tech savvy person. But at the end of the day, I just don't like it. This should be included. And you might think to yourself, "What? Hey, Everton, I don't have to buy that service. So, why is this really a big deal?" Well, it implies that you won't actually get any kind of tech support without paying for it. I don't know if you will or not. I really haven't had too many tech questions. It's a pretty simple plan. But if you are that tech person, seems to be kind of this weird area. So I only have three things. So this is the last one, but this is probably a big one that's going to impact a lot of people. So it is the fact that there is no priority data. Now, I make this pretty evident in a lot of my videos that I make about the service. But yeah, there's no priority data. Now, what does that mean? That means when there is a lot of network demand, they will not prioritize you or carve out a lane so that you can continue to use a service at a good speed. Your service will be very slow. In fact, it happened to me a couple weeks ago when I was at SeaWorld. So, basically I was at SeaWorld trying to look up some information. Not only was the data very slow, but it would only pull up text. I was trying to look up some information on Google Maps, looking at some photos and things, something like that, for us to go to eat at a restaurant or something like that. And the data would not pull up any photos at all. It would give me text information and things like that. But, the web or the internet is very dense with photos and videos and things like that. And if you want to have a decent experience with it, then you're going to need to be able to have the ability to pull down, photos and things like that. The experience was worse than when you run out of your data. That's 1 tera speed. It's about 3G speed. This is worse than that. So, when it gets deprioritized, it seems to deprioritize you at the very bottom, like a very smidget worth of data. Now, for the most part, I do live close to SeaWorld. I don't really experience deprioritization a lot, even though I do live close to SeaWorld. But when there's a bunch of people gathered around, you're pushed toward the bottom. If you don't live in a place that is, or you're not going to places that are severely dense with like people walking around, like a theme park and things like that, maybe a stadium and things like that, it shouldn't be an issue. Once again, I live like a couple miles away from SeaWorld, and I'm by there a lot. It's just when I'm in that area, man, that deprioritization is heavy. Like I said, other than that, the service is really good. Those are kind of the three things that really annoy me. And if you are considering, getting on Mint Mobile, it's something to consider, right? Now, granted, let me just be clear. Mint Mobile is not the only carrier that suffers from these issues. What is something that you definitely want to pay attention to before you pull that trigger? These are things that I wish I knew before I actually signed up. But once again, guys, just a reminder that my affiliate link is in the description. If you definitely want to check out Mint Mobile, click on that. I'll also leave it as a pinned comment. But until next time, I'm Everton, and I do videos Everton's way. Peace.